Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to an all new weekly art challenge review video. I'm your host BJ Dell. If you are new to the channel, basically I do one of these videos every single Wednesday. At the end of the video, I give you guys a weekly art challenge word for that week. You draw a design based on that word, then you post it online. If you want to take part in these challenges, stay tuned to the end of the video and I'll tell you exactly how. Then the following week, I gather a handful of designs based on that word and do a review video like the one you're watching now. Last week's word wasn't a word though, it was actually a shape. This was the shape. So let's see what you guys came up with. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the video and see what you guys did with the shape challenge this week. First one up is Sarah K. Sarah said that this one is called Mother-Daughter Love. I think Sarah did an absolutely fantastic job with this. She's got the shape up here so you can see the position that it was in, and she stuck 100% to the original shape design. I know a lot of people chose to add extra points here or there or kind of do their own thing. Kind of the whole idea and the premise of this challenge was to use this as the outline for your design, fit everything in there. It wasn't supposed to work necessarily like a frame. I know some people just drew random things inside. It was really kind of to force you to think kind of outside, or in this case inside the box, and not really worry about realism. This definitely, a challenge like this is going to test your ability to stretch perspectives and stretch proportions, which I think Sarah did a great job. You can see with these curves up here, using those to her advantage of bringing these arms down in a really fun way, and I just love the overall composition. Great use of textures here across the cheeks and the nose, the bridge of the nose here for the freckles, really cute, and the way that she built up kind of the dimensions of the hair with these thinner lines, but then the shadows underneath here, I think that adds a really nice kind of flowing texture to the overall hair and works really well for the design. So just a fantastic job. Love seeing that one this week. And Sarah can be found on Instagram, Sarah underscore KO23, so be sure to check her out. Next up, we've got David, and David has got these awesome kind of rockabilly characters with the big bouffant hairdos, and once again a great job of keeping everything inside of the shape, using the shape as the outline for the characters. That was kind of the whole idea. And it really forced you to think, okay, how am I going to approach this? How am I going to turn this into something using the lines that are already there? And I think David just knocked this one out of the park. Just a really cool design. Love too that you've got kind of multiple angles. So you've got the side facing, profile view here of the guy and the girl. We've kind of got this 3/4, and just love these lips and the eyes. Just everything is super cartoony and just pops off the page. Color choice is fantastic too. That blue against that kind of neon pinkish purple is just really, really good, and just love the overall character design. Great use of the shape. So thanks so much, David, for showing that one off this week. Next one up is Esteban. Esteban's got this hammerhead shark, which I think is really cool. Once again, using the full shape to his advantage. The outline works as the outline for the character itself, and I think he did a really great job. So this one, I wanted to show this because just to bring up the fact of these light reflections here. So we've got the surface of the water kind of above the shark's head, and we've got these reflections of the waves, which I think is super, super great. So just little touches like this in your work really make it more interesting. Picture this for a second without these, if everything was just this grayish blue across here and then maybe had, just a highlight here. It would look like a totally different design, and I think that just adding those wave light reflections just brings so much more to this design. So kind of use this as an example in your work of how just, little details like that and paying attention to adding extra stuff, how much that can change a basic design. And I think it's just a really, really strong piece this week. So thanks so much, Esteban. Next up is Christian, and Christian has got this chair. I know a couple people did the chair, so I think a few people either saw the same post or had the same idea, and I think that was really, really cool. As you can see, he's got the base design up here, kind of flipped it and turned it around. The thing that really impressed me with this is kind of the perspective that you use and paying attention to like this back leg here. So I love that this curve down here, you kept the same shape, but just by extending this line over top, which is fine because the outline's still there, you know, and it comes down here and around. But just by extending that bottom of the chair here, you really put that back leg, you know, behind there in the distance, and really kind of drove that home with that shadow that comes down here. I think that was an awesome design choice. I love that, you know, this basic two-dimensional shape can start turning into something a little bit three-dimensional down here, and I think that was really, really cool. Love kind of the extra details around here with the little circles here, and then also in the arms here. Just gives, once again, that little extra detail. Picture this chair without those, and it definitely would not look as good, not look as, you know, finished. And I think that was a really cool design choice. I also love just kind of the differences in the shading here and the different values you get across here. I think that makes for a really interesting design too. Once again, just picture if this was flat pink, wouldn't really look as good, so adding those extra values around here with the shadows and just going in really, really light on those, and not making them stand out too much was a really cool choice as well. So thanks so much for sharing that one this week, Christian. Next one up is Peter, and Peter said, you know what, doing the shape challenge is cool, but I'm not going to do it once. I'm not going to do it twice. I'm going to do it 8 different times. And this is awesome. I love seeing the dedication to this, and love seeing just, you know, how much energy and creativity that this sparks from people. So that's really one of the cool things with these challenges. Like I said, one of the artists on Instagram that I follow, whose name is Beastrek, does these challenges. That's where I first saw these. So credit where credit's due, but I've seen some of the response to that, and on Instagram, and wanted to see what you guys could do. So this is really one of those things that warms my heart seeing this, because obviously it does spark that creativity that I was hoping it would. And this one is just fantastic. 8 different designs, all different. Of course, with a couple of these, you know, used the same positioning, but then started turning it and seeing exactly what could be done. Just really, really cool. I love to, and this is something that's kind of constant in Peter's work, is make sure I'm on the right layer here, is like this way of coloring in here, just kind of this warm hue that comes across here. It just has this really warm and inviting look to it. This one here around here, I mean, you've still got some basic shadows in here too, but just kind of that nice touch of, you see it here, from the gray to this nice warm color back here. It just really has a warm and inviting color scheme to it, and I love seeing that in Peter's work. It's pretty apparent across all the designs that he's posted, and just a really great job. It just shows you kind of here, you know, how many different things one person can turn into that. One shape into 8 different things, and I'm sure Peter probably had another 200 in mind just based on this. So I think this is really cool, and you can see just how many possibilities there are. Just really fantastic character design. So thanks so much, Peter, for that. Next up is Robin, and I know Robin had posted something with this, so let me pull it up real quick. Robin had said, actually, I think there was a couple ones posted, but said couldn't work out where the shadows highlights would be best suited on these, because there was 2 posted. Very basic for me, but I thought if I posted these, it encouraged me to make more of an effort and to keep practicing. So definitely keep practicing. That's what the group is about too, putting stuff up to get, you know, critiques and feedback and stuff like this. But I think this design is really, really strong. I love this one. This one was the better of the 2, and I love, number one, just going through the texture that you used here. Really, really nice throughout. Kind of has this sea creature feel in between those, and then the little holes here kind of almost gives that octopus feel with those. And I think these are done really nice too. They've got really nice kind of depth to them. You've got the brighter circle around here. We've got the white kind of showing how that comes out and around here on the inside, and then the further inside here done with the darker color. So I think those are really believable, especially when you pull back here. They have a lot of kind of 3D rendered quality to them, and I think that's really, really cool. Overall character design I love the eyes and the eyebrows and everything else. Love that the outline is not there. The colors are actually doing the outline. I think that adds a lot to the design. I just think overall it's a really strong character with, even though it's kind of simple, there's not a lot to it. It's got a lot going on with it, and it definitely draws your eye in. One thing here, I probably would have dropped maybe the opacity of this white a little bit for the highlight, and maybe thrown a little extra around here possibly, and around here. just to kind of give it something extra here on the side. Either that, or since you've got this texture here darker, maybe pulling the same texture here with just a lighter color using a mask or a clipping mask. That might work as well. But just a really cool design. So definitely keep practicing and keep posting more, Robin. Love seeing your work. Next up, we've got Robert, and Robert's got Logan or Wolverine inside this shape. So once again, looking at the shape, okay, what does this look like? How can I cram an entire design into this? And this is kind of the idea of the challenge, seeing exactly how you could kind of manipulate the form of whatever design that you saw to fit inside that. And I think Robert did a great job with this, with Wolverine, and love the smoke here, this white around the edges here, and then the opacity of the white inside so you can see through to the rest of the design. I think that's really cool. I love how you did the hair too, just those nice lighter shades in here, kind of building everything up. Works really well in the way it's feathered here, and we've got like a dark color, a light color, and then kind of a medium in between the two here. So using those 3 different colors really allowed you to build that up, which I love seeing that. In the same way with the shadows here, I think these are all done really well. So fantastic job, Robert. Next one up is Clayton. And Clayton's got this Uncle Fester, which is really cool. Once again, staying within the shape, and this is why that I thought it was important to stay within the shape, because let's just go for this hand right here. Seeing this hand or this shape come out here, some people would have, just kind of had the hand. Oops, let me switch to another pen here. Would have just had the pen come out, or had the hand come out, like this, and would have had the fingers come out, and like, well, that's the kind of area that the shape is. But keeping it inside there really is kind of a test, so you had to figure, okay, how do I make this hand? So with this one, Clayton decided, okay, I need to ball this fist up. So with there, it kind of restrains you a little bit and makes you think, okay, how can I approach this? Same thing over here, you kind of got the fist balled up here with the arm part here coming out with the cloth and the fabric, which is really cool. Same thing with the feet, got to cram those in. So how can I approach that? It's got these feet coming out of the bottom of the robe here with the fabric coming around. So I think it's really cool. Everything stays inside the design, and I think it's neat to see something like this. It's like, okay, this I can see this because it fits. Really cool with lighting too. Love the light bulb here and the kind of glow that it's given off. Probably with the light bulb, I would have done a little bit more glow here in this area, made these blown out a little bit more, and probably dropped this one over here and done kind of heavier shadows over here, because with the light, it's probably going to be blocked a little bit by his head, so you're not going to have a whole lot coming back here into the background where his other arm is. So that's the only other thing with the lighting that I would have changed on there, but just the overall design, and like I said, getting everything inside that shape and making it fun and believable, and seeing how it works is just great. So thanks so much, Clayton. Next up, we've got Len, and Len stuff. Once again, I've posted a lot of Len stuff in the videos. Just fantastic. Love the design. Once again, everything is inside, and you can see this is one of those kind of attempts that you've got to look at, and okay, I want to approach this with this kind of devil design. How can I do that? And really cool, just using crazy, proportions here with the mouth. So Len saw the head of the devil here, and of course, you could have done just a small mouth here to keep everything, looking like where it should, but okay, well, this is going to look odd with this huge neck coming back here. So the way Len took that mouth and just wrapped it around, just kind of made this kind of smirky, smarmy grin is just great. Ties in really well to the overall look and the character design itself. And then the suit tied in with the artist contract just blew me away. I just love it. So the artist contract just speaks on so many levels. So are you signing this? Are you selling your soul to the man just to get the recognition for your art? Are you selling your soul just to get the money that you need? What are you doing with your art? And I think it's an awesome, awesome design and a really cool concept. So thanks so much, Len. And last but not least is Michelle. And Michelle had posted something along with this. So let me pull that up real quick here. And Like I said too in previous videos, with these challenges, these are not digitally based challenges, and the group itself, Keep Creating over on Facebook, it's not just digital. So I know a lot of people post digital stuff in there, but definitely join in, share your work, even if you do traditional work. It doesn't matter as long as you're creating whatever you're creating with, definitely share it in the group. It can be traditional as well. So Michelle says, all right, don't judge me. I'm new and trying. I have cheap colored pencils since I don't have money for art supplies, and this is all I could think of. It's grainy, but hey, in a couple years, hopefully I will be good as you guys. See all of your great art with the shape challenge, and I feel like a noob. A little embarrassed to post this, honestly. Well, number one, don't be embarrassed, and hopefully I don't embarrass you more by putting it in the video. But I just wanted to bring that up because I like this design. You're definitely, just starting out, you're on a good track. I like the overall kind of character design to this. Definitely has a really cool look to it. Love the kind of goofiness of the eyes. We've got one of the pupils down here and the one of them off to the side. And once again, kept everything inside the overall shape. So like you made this one an ear, and then this one's kind of a little bit more deformed over here. Just really good. And one thing to kind of keep in mind, don't really limit yourself by the art supplies. If you don't have an iPad or a Wacom tablet or anything like that, don't worry if you don't have a fancy computer. Even if you're just doing traditional and you don't have fancy color pencils or Copic markers and stuff like that, do what you can with what you have and make the best out of it. Honestly, there's nothing in the world as far as digital or traditional art supplies that are really going to make you that much of a better artist. It really starts with the fundamentals, and those fundamentals are just drawing. So, learning basic shapes and proportions and perspectives. Definitely use what you have and kind of harness your love for art into what you can create with. So if it's just pencils, just sit there and draw. Sit there and practice drawing heads or bodies or landscapes, whatever you want to draw, because once you move over to digital, or once you get more expensive supplies or better supplies, if you don't have that basic drawing foundation to start with, all the money in the world to buy better supplies or a better iPad or anything like that, it's really not going to change your art that drastically, because it all starts with your basic fundamentals of drawing. So that's my advice to you today, is really just keep practicing with throwing pencils in the air and see what kind of cool stuff you can do with that. And then after you get done throwing your stuff, then sit down and just draw, become better at the basics. And then once you lead into, better stuff, it will come with time, but keep practicing. And that's it for this week's video based around the shape. All right, guys, that's it for this week's video. As always, thank you for watching. If you like today's video too, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the bell for notifications so you can get alerted when I post new videos. So if you guys want to take part in these art challenges, here's how. Start a group over on Facebook called Keep Creating, a Learn, Draw, Share art community, which I will link in the description below. Join that group, hop on over there, post your artwork, meet new friends, and it doesn't have to be just artwork based around these challenges. You can post anything you're making. If you don't have Facebook, you can also tag me on Instagram or Twitter at BJDell, or contact me through my website at bjdell.com. There's a contact form on there that you can fill out and submit your designs that way. So last week wasn't a word, it was a shape. And so for this week, we're going to go with St. Patrick's. The holiday's coming up really close, right around the corner next month. So we'll see what you guys can do for the St. Patrick's holiday. Post your designs, and then we'll see you back next week for the review video. So until next time, keep creating.